The base layer of clothing for a 12th century soldier typically consisted of a linen undertunic, as well as woolen hose or trousers, and leg wraps called winningus. This soldier wears a padded leather gambeson. Gambesons of the 12th and 13th centuries were not very thick, they mainly just provided comfort for when the mail is worn. Next, a full mail shirt, or hauberk, is worn. Mail hauberks of the 12th and 13th centuries featured integrated hoods to provide additional protection to the head and the neck. The mail links that make up the hauberk come in various sizes. This hauberk is entirely made up of 6mm riveted rings, which make the armour very dense and heavy compared to shirts consisting of larger ring sizes. Due to the density and weight of this hauberk, additional help is required to lift it over the head of the wearer. The hauberk also features a mail face mask, which hangs off the chest and can be hooked to the coif for additional protection. Most crossbowmen or archers would have to rely on an axe or a dagger to protect themselves if they got caught up in melee combat. It is also very unlikely for crossbowmen to own mail armour, as this was very expensive and crossbows were often given to lowly peasants as they were very easy to aim and shoot, so not much skill or training was required, meaning that this type of unit could be very cheap to hire. Mail is good at protecting the wearer against slashing attacks, but if a crossbowman was never supposed to get involved in melee combat, they would have no reason to be wearing such expensive mail hauberk for protection, since mail was not good at preventing arrows from piercing through. A belt is worn to keep the mail shirt tight against the body, which allows for a much more even suspension of the weight and better mobility. The nasal helmet was the most common type of helmet for the 12th century, and often worn by many different classes of soldiers. As the expensive hauberk suggests, this soldier belongs to a higher class, so he can afford to wear a sword as his chosen sidearm. As such, this soldier is an expensive mercenary who can carry out a plethora of roles, from artillery, melee, and likely also mounted combat, taking on the role of a hobelar. The soldier chooses to wear his hauberk in its full protective configuration, by wearing the mail face mask. Here you can see how the mask is attached to the hood with the use of small metal hooks. Laces were an alternative method to wearing the mask. The soldier now attaches a leather pouch to his belt which is full of crossbow bolts. At this time, I would like to thank this historical reenactor for featuring his kit in this video today. I urge you to follow and support the reenactor on his social media pages, which I have linked in the video description below. Supporting the reenactors featured in these videos helps me make more videos with reenactors in the future, and help keep the world of reenactment a thriving cultural hobby in Great Britain. Finally, the soldier equips his crossbow. The bow is fully made of wood, however later in history some elements get replaced with metal as they become stronger and more powerful.